Hi, everyone. Bill Soroka, founder of notarycoach.com. Again, just continuing our series about the sacred weekend and how to overcome this sense of failure in your notary business. In the last video that I just published yesterday, I left you in that moment right before everything changed for me. I was broke, I was ashamed, I was exhausted, and seriously wondering if maybe I wasn't really cut out for this business. And that's what brings me to the weekend. It was Thanksgiving weekend. I now call my sacred weekend. And it's one that I still honor every single year. While everyone else was at their respective homes cooking, laughing, watching football, pretending not to fall asleep on the couch, all of that, my world was completely crumbling behind the scenes. I didn't have money. I didn't have the respect of my friends. I didn't have any momentum. And I definitely didn't have confidence. So instead of going out, instead of participating and distracting myself, I just sat alone with my laptop, my disappointment, um, maybe a bottle of vodka involved. All the stuff, though, that I had been avoiding for far too long. And I finally asked myself a question that I never really had the courage to ask. And that was, what if this isn't about the business? What if this is about me? And for the first time in my life, I didn't avoid or fight the answer. I admitted something really hard to myself that all along I had wanted to be the exception. I wanted to be the one magical person that could succeed without doing the boring work that happens behind the scenes, without consistency, without follow up, without outreach to prospects, without a plan, without discipline. I kept telling myself that I'll figure it out my own way, even though every successful person that I knew or had heard of or read about, every single one of them was following routines, sticking to habits, and doing the consistent actions, no matter how small they were, every single day. And I remember Tony Robbins said, and I've been to more of his seminars than I can even remember, but he said, success leaves clues. And that weekend, I had to face the truth that I wasn't following any of them. What was the point of all these successful people leaving clues if I was just going to ignore them? So that Thanksgiving weekend, something shifted in me, thankfully. Maybe it was maturity. Maybe it was pure desperation, but maybe it was just me finally being honest with myself. But that weekend, I got over myself. I took 100% responsibility for my results. No more excuses, no more magical thinking, no more hoping that someone would come rescue me. No more waiting for momentum to just show up. If I wanted different results, I had to become a different version of myself. Not necessarily louder, not extroverted, not fancier, not fake by any means, just someone who was consistent. And that was the weekend I finally let go of the illusion that I was going to be some exception to the rule and making the decision to show up every day, no matter how imperfectly. That's what changed everything. So, tomorrow I'm going to show you exactly how I rebuilt myself from the inside out, starting with a morning routine that helped me look in the mirror again with pride, and how all of that eventually became what I call my daily dues, the 8 steps that took me from barely scraping by, barely making $1,000 a month to earning well over $20,000 a month within 90 days. But here's the thing, you don't have to wait till tomorrow. If you want to start building your own momentum right now, if you want to believe again that you can make this business what you want, join us on the school platform. That's SKOOL.com school.com/notary, school.com/notary. That's my community called the High Performance Notary Community. And it's completely free. And it's not like a free trial. You just join and you're in for free. And yeah, we have a VIP version that you can upgrade to. If you're really serious, I encourage you to jump into that, but you don't have to. When the time's right, you will know. But at least get in there. Be part of this conversation. Be part of this energy of notary entrepreneurs who are hungry and really working hard to build a business that not only lasts, but actually thrives no matter what's going on in the housing market and with interest rates. There's never been a better time to be a notary public. Join us. School.com/notary.